I got a text from Mark as I was driving up, and he said, there's going to be no deacon. I'm like, all right, that's okay. We can still do Mass without a deacon. And then he said, well, what readings should we do? I said, well, just do the readings of today. And I have to admit, I didn't read the readings of today until right now. However, I don't know if you heard this, but it's kind of interesting, right? What Karen just read from Jeremiah basically talks about a tree being planted by waters, and its leaves stay, what color? Green. I mean, I don't know how many times in the Bible the word green is used. Maybe our biblical expert over there would tell us, but it's very rare, right? So there we go. That's how confirmed that I got the right readings today. And then, in contrast, the color purple. Now, I have no idea. I'm colorblind, so I don't really see green very well. And like any time when I was little or when I was like in high school and I would go out, my sisters basically had to say, you can't wear that shirt with those pants. Thus, if you become a priest, you know what you do every day? You just wear black. And then there's no worries about like if I'm matching or not, right? But I can't help but to just see the contrast here between the image of a tree allowing its roots to flourish simply by being in the presence of the creation, right? Just like literally allowing the roots to just relax in the creative way in which the Father tends to the earth. And notice, a tree is not like being proactive. It's actually just allowing itself to receive the sun and the rain and flourish because it's just simply receiving. And notice the attitude of the guy, we don't know his name, we just call him the rich young man who wore purple, as opposed to the tree that wears green. The rich man who wears purple is constantly grasping, constantly active and trying to save himself and to do his thing. And it would be almost like what he's saying here is telling, I mean, he knew who Lazarus was, he knew Lazarus' name. And as he did his whole life, he probably told Lazarus, yeah, you want some money, go cut my lawn or go do this stuff for me, right? And now he's basically in a place of great torment, and he's trying to tell Lazarus what to do from down there. You see the difference? He's constantly trying to like mold and control his environment so that everything's connected perfectly to him, as in contrast to the image of a tree, which just sets in its own way and its dignity as a tree. And so I think for us, it's obvious that our basic dignity, what we need to just basically rest in, is that we're children of the Father. And sitting in that as our identity, rather than what society would want us to wear, which would be like the purple, or what other influences happen in the world, which would be to constantly be responding to the stimuli coming through the news and through the social media and through whatever. Really the key is just to be able to rest in the identity that we're children of the Father. And from that, flourish. And from that, wear the biblical color green. And not the worldly color of purple. And isn't it interesting, as all things lead to sports, what football team wears purple? Does anybody know? The Ravens, exactly. It's so incredible how everything always lines up around sports. And the other day, what did the Penguins wear in their practice jersey before the game? Green. See how this all comes together for us? It's so beautiful. I can't help but just this one phrase, just because typically, like one of my nieces asked me, she's a 20-some-year-old, she didn't understand St. Patrick's Day, because if you look at how the world and how our country celebrates St. Patrick's Day, it's about passing laws to start getting drunk by 7 a.m. So the point of St. Patrick's Day is to get wasted. Okay, that's the goal of St. Patrick's Day. And you look like an idiot doing that. However, if you dive down into like who is St. Patrick and why would we want to celebrate St. Patrick's Day, well, stay tuned. Today at 2 o'clock, I'm going to be interviewing an expert in this, my dear friend, Father Peter Byrne from Dublin, to talk about that. However, I can kind of cue you in on something that's really beautiful. He was enslaved by the Irish, St. Patrick. He escaped and probably went to France. But in his captivity, he had this deep spiritual conversion. And he had a dream, which was this: all the children of Ireland from their mother's wombs were stretching out their hands to him. And he understood that what the Lord was asking of him was that his mission was going to be extend the love of Jesus and the Trinity to the children of Ireland. And so even though he was enslaved by the very country he would go back freely to bring to Jesus, that's at the heart of the Irish experience of Catholicism. The very people that enslaved St. Patrick were the ones that would receive his love. And that's only possible because St. Patrick understood that he was the son of the beloved Father.